Hi, I'm Heather, and I'm responding to Taylor's response video to the article Myth of the Model Minority. Um, and pretty much she discussed why Asians were seen to represent that model minority throughout her video response. Um, and the main three reasons that I gathered from it was because they go to school, not only the required school, but also they go on to get degrees, and they go on to get very high degrees, such as like PhDs and things like that, masters and PhDs. They also are seen as being successful in the career field by having those degrees. They are able to go out and get really great jobs compared to other minorities, which don't always hold those same positions in our society. And then lastly, something that wasn't discussed necessarily explicitly in the video, but they assimilate more so into our society and our culture than other cultural groups. So, for instance, they oftentimes are perceived to um, leave behind like cultural expectations. So they may not, they assimilate by no longer participating in some cultural activities that they once did once they arrived in America. Um, and so many people do think that the Asian Americans are a succeeding group of people and don't have to struggle, but this is false. Because, for one, oftentimes Asians are grouped together and are generalized, and because of that, they lose their identity. And as discussed in the video, there are different Asian cultures that um, are good at one thing and not good at another, or there's specific Asian cultures who have skills that they are able to bring over to the United States, and they use those skills, whereas another Asian culture may have never come into contact with that skill or might not have mastered that skill, so they wouldn't use it. So when we generalize Asians, that hinders them, and that also makes them a minority by generalizing them and themselves. Another thing that Taylor discussed in her video is that Asian American families might have more than just, say, the parents working in the household. That's why they have a higher income. The younger young adults in their family may also be working, and oftentimes they live near big metropolitan areas, so they get paid more because it's a higher cost of living there. And the Myth article also talked about why they make, or the amount of money they make is due to their degree, but they oftentimes have to have higher level of degrees and higher level of training to get paid just as much as their white counterpart. So with that, they're technically not a model minority because they're still considered a minority. There's still stereotypes. There's still negative perceptions against them, and there's still obstacles that they have to get over to be considered a model citizen. And because of that, because of them having to do that, the model minority is a myth in itself because they are having to complete more to be an equal in our society. So, yeah, so that's kind of just what she discussed and then my further thoughts on it.